tassa bhagavato arahato sammāsambuddhasa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammāsambuddhasa. I'm Feit Oakes. This is Insight Meditation Satsang. Coming to you live from the lands of the southern Pomo and Coast Miwok peoples of Northern California, and also the land of at one point a short-lived Russian occupation, from which my town gets its name, Sevastopol. So, and layers and layers of peoples and cultures living here. Tomorrow's the new moon, so this is the eve of the Uposatha. So you can begin your 8 precepts this evening if that's a practice that you do. Maybe I'll speak a little more of that as we get on to our talking part. And just as folks are arriving and settling in, we will begin. No, are we beginning anything? I don't think we're beginning anything. We will tonight. I'm beginning arriving here after literally 3 minutes ago. I had the hose sprayer nozzle in my hand, and I was jet spraying 3 young children on a trampoline. So wet kids, summer evening. So I am gathering my thoughts. It's always really good to sit in meditation after a transition like that. So let's just do that, as we always do. We'll sit for about half an hour. I'll give a little instruction, orienting toward the senses, toward the 6 sense bases, which will set us up for our conversation tonight about that which is burning, which is those 6 senses. So, settling ourselves in something like stillness for meditation. Coming into meditation, bringing the body into a posture that supports easeful presence, supports kindness and warmth for ourselves, and generosity of spirit. The body coming into something like ease, as much ease as we can find for ourselves in this moment, makes it possible to relax the heart, relax the mind and its grasping. And if you can connect with this relaxing or softening, and how that can translate into a softening of our attitude toward ourselves, and open that outward to a softening and a warmth of attitude toward others. You can use our little circle gathering to meditate together as the beginning of that opening out. Or you could use the land that you're on and the people and animal beings and spirit beings that surround you in your location as the beginning of that opening out. But you might use the breath or ride the deepening breath into the sense that all beings everywhere are deserving of love and care. and that we ourselves might be the ones to offer them that love and care. And so we breathe the heart a little wider to encompass a little more of the all. Relaxing and opening wider, in a way, are the same gesture, or they're intimately connected. We can't really open wide from a tense or constricted body or mind. And we can't really relax the body and mind unless we have settled into some resilience around others, a sense of safety, protectedness in the world of beings. Setting down the actions and activities of our day, our week, as best we can. Breathing into the sense of being here and now with the body. Feel the temperature of the air around you, the temperature of the body, responding to conditions. Feel your own energy, bright or dim, alert or foggy, concentrated or distracted. Just encourage presence, focus, ease, softening, love for ourselves and others. This is the foundation of every kind of practice. And we'll take an initial sweep through the 6 sense doors to awaken mindfulness of them and to bring them into conscious awareness. Beginning with the sense door of seeing. You could let your eyes open if they've been closed. And either let the eyes rest in one spot and just let the visual field come to you. Or if there's more agitation or it would feel more grounding, you could let the eyes wander for a moment, taking in your space, wherever you are. Notice seeing. And then notice all the layers of meaning and pleasant, unpleasant charge and recognition and perception, all the layers that come with what you're seeing. But come back to just seeing. This is seeing. And you could use the words seeing, seeing. This works if the eyes work in a visual way for you or not, if you're seeing impaired or blind, you can tune into the sense of seeing either as light behind eyelids or purely as the inner eye imagining. But the sense here is to connect with the quality of seeing, the action, the spontaneous arising of seeing, and to know it for what it is. This is seeing. And then hearing, in the same way, open to hearing. Turn attention to the sense door of the ear, the ears. Again, if there's hearing impairment, you can turn to whatever you do hear. And again, recognizing the stories, perceptions, the layers that are there, the charge. But come back to just hearing. This is hearing. Not even so much actively listening, but just hearing. It happens on its own. All we're doing is turning attention toward it for a moment. Smelling. Taking in air through the nose and any scents that are present. This is smelling. Smelling. Tasting. Tasting with the mouth. Any tastes that are present. Sensing. First, just with the skin. Sensation at the surface of the body. There's temperature, there's pressure, there's tingling. There's air and clothes. Whatever all you're sensing, understand that there's all the stories we have about what we're sensing and how much we like or dislike it. But there's just the sensing. And then you can include the internal sensing, interoception, that which is inside the boundary of the skin. Sensation of all kinds, including numbness, which is a sensation of absence. It's still coming through the sense door, sensing, sensing. And for the sixth sense door, I'm going to say feeling tonight, knowing that feeling encompasses thinking. This is the heart-mind cognizing. So there's mood, there's story, there's recognition, there's naming, all part of feeling. There's liking and disliking. There's stories and the emotions that come with them. But come back to feeling, just being aware of this whole channel of information coming in. Feeling. Now we'll scan through them backwards in reverse order, noticing not just the sensing, but the feeling tone or hedonic tone or valence of pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral that comes with whatever's coming in through that channel. So start again with feeling, thoughts, emotions, all of the internal content in the heart mind. Notice maybe just one piece coming through, one story bubbling through, or one mood you can identify. And then notice whether it's pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Do you like it, dislike it, or neither? Liking and disliking is really just more content. But if we are not used to tracking pleasant and unpleasant on their own, noticing whether you like or dislike something can be a doorway. It can tell you, oh, that must be pleasant. I like it. But see if you can really tune into just the quality of something being pleasant. The way that that's a piece of information coming into your system. Oh, something is unpleasant. Even in some tiny way, I wish it were different. That's how I know it's unpleasant. Oh, feeling pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. And then to sensation at the skin and inside the body. Again, maybe choose one. Maybe temperature on the arms or pressure on the seat or some part of the body that's making itself known. And then notice pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. Is this sensation pleasant? Is it unpleasant? Especially with sensation, we often jump to doing something about it. But if possible, set down those intentions and just notice that this is a sensation and it's unpleasant, or it's pleasant, or it's neutral. It's hard to notice the neutral ones. Maybe see if you can find one. The unpleasant ones talk the loudest, usually. Do the same with taste. If you haven't eaten or drunk quite recently, you might have a neutral taste. Maybe there's something around you could nibble on or taste to make some taste if you want to experiment. Nobody's looking. You can lick your arm or something. But whatever you find, and even neutral is lovely here to track. Oh, there's taste and it's neutral. It's taste. Pleasant, unpleasant. Smell, the same. If you're in a modern, clean space, wearing a modern, clean body, maybe there's not a lot of scent. Neutral. Maybe neutral scent is pleasant for you in a stinky world. See if you can find some scent. And then feel, is it pleasant, unpleasant, neutral? And then hearing. Open back out to the field of sounds. Notice how you know almost without investigating when a sound is pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. In a way, we're naming something that's so obvious that we never notice it. We do other things, we complain, we make plans around the pleasantness, the unpleasantness. But just to notice it. Hearing, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. And finally, seeing. Again, let your eyes open if they've been closed. This is one where it can be really interesting and illuminating to look around and notice that as your gaze tracks through your space. Again, in a way, it's obvious. There's the things that are pleasant to look at, the things that are unpleasant. It's subtle. But you're probably not in a space where everything is pleasant, or everything is unpleasant, or everything is neutral. You can take any detail of a thing and feel the charge there. Any tiniest speck of light or color or line. And it comes with a feeling. In mindfulness practice, we just notice and let be in this kind of investigation. In like trauma practice or resilience-oriented practice, we recognize that the attention is drawn to the negative more easily than the positive. And so notice what it's like to find something pleasant and let your gaze rest there. And really take in the pleasant. Let contact with pleasantness shift your state, shift your mood, shift your energy by relaxing around it and really letting it be pleasant. And then if you like letting it go, coming back to center and to your own body. And for the rest of our time, we'll just sit in silence, letting these layers, the sense doors, and the valence that they reveal, letting these be present in an open field of awareness. So you don't have to narrow your gaze to the breath or anything unless you want to. You can rest in the field of open awareness with all of the senses awakened. And one discipline here can be to not let your attention stick either to the pleasant or the unpleasant, to any one thing, but stay open. Knowing the unpleasant as unpleasant without doing anything about it, knowing the pleasant as pleasant without doing anything about it, without even thinking anything about it. Just knowing, letting be, and relaxing more deeply into a broad, loving presence. We'll finish the meditation chanting the homage to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammāsambuddhasa 3 times. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammāsambuddhasa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammāsambuddhasa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammāsambuddhasa.